Stephen Miller is the Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and has a major hand in Trump's crime crackdown. Joins us now from the White House. And Stephen, good to have you back on. What can you tell us about that report?
Thank you, Rob. Well, I think actually what you may be referring to is the fact that in every state in the country, ICE is working cooperatively with either National Guard troops in that state or National Guard troops in other states in ongoing logistics support, ongoing technology support, ongoing cooperation with ICE. So it's nothing specific to any city or any part of the country. Likewise, President Trump has also been very clear in saying that we are going to crack down on sanctuary cities. So whether that's Los Angeles, whether it's New York, whether it is Chicago, any city that is actively shielding and harboring criminally illegal aliens is, of course, going to receive the highest degree of scrutiny from federal law enforcement, Rob.
Yeah. Can you tell us anything? I mean, the Chicago has been, you know, kind of the drama that we've been watching for the last week or so. The president talks about it, and then Pritzker makes a statement, and it's just kind of this kind of back and forth volleyball. Is there any indication that you're going to do in Chicago what was done in Washington? I think a lot of people there would like to see that, especially the people that have to live and dodge bullets all day long.
I mean, yes, of course they would love to see that. No decision or announcement on Chicago today, Rob. But again, every part of this country, ICE is going to go out and find the criminally illegal alien thugs and arrest them. Did you know, for example, in California, that there are 25,000 outstanding detainers for criminally illegal aliens that California has refused to honor? Let me explain what that means. That means there's 25,000 illegal aliens who've been arrested in California, who are in custody, who are going to be set free. And ICE has said, don't set them free. Hand them over to ICE so we can deport them. And Governor Newsom and his state are planning to set free all 25,000 criminally illegal aliens, dump them back onto the street, let them commit crimes like rape, murder, homicide, kidnap children, all kinds of monstrous criminal activities. The Democrat Party, whether it be in Los Angeles, California, or Chicago, Illinois, or New York, New York, the Democrat Party at every level is dedicated to sheltering, shielding, coddling, protecting, and taking care of criminal, illegal predators over American citizens. It is one of the great moral travesties of our time, Rob.
It is surreal. And the fact that they keep doubling down, I think, to their own dismay and to the dismay of the country and to their own detriment, I should say. It's tremendously bad politics and trying to lecture people that their cities are not unsafe and pushing back on this. I want to play Dick Durbin here, who's blaming. They found a new way to kind of go after this. And here's Dick Durbin saying that the real problem is guns coming in from red states. That's why Chicago's murder rate is so high.
It's great when the numbers go down, but people don't walk around saying, I feel 22% safer. What do you think people feel like is happening in Chicago?
Well, I tell you one thing they feel like. They feel like there are too damn many guns in Chicago, and they're coming in from other states like Indiana. The federal government want to help us stop this flow of weapons into our city of Chicago and state of Illinois. We know they're coming in from state with lax laws when it comes to firearms, and the federal government can do something about it.
So I guess that Chicago was safe until the Trump White House came in 6 months ago, according to him?
Yes, I mean, just look at the living hell that was unfolding in Chicago these last 4 years under Democrats. But here's the most important point. Democrat Chicago has the most strict gun laws in the country and has for decades. Chicago is controlled by Democrats at every level. The city council, the county supervisors, the county commissioners, the mayor, the governor, the senators. It is Democrat from top to bottom and all the way down. These are Democrat policies in operation that are resulting in the mass slaughter of civilians in Chicago. Here's another important point. You can go to conservative Republican communities that have everyone owns a gun, everyone's a private firearm owner, no murders, no homicides, no violence whatsoever. And here's one more point. Every single one of these Chicago gangbangers is using these guns illegally.
Yeah.
Because they're using them to commit crimes. They are using them to further criminal conspiracies. They are using them to deal drugs. You could lock up every single one of these gangbangers. How do I know it? Because President Trump is doing that right here in Washington, D.C. Since our president and our commander-in-chief took over Washington, D.C. with the federal task force, or should I say took over the public safety operation with the emergency declaration 30 days ago, we have removed from the streets 1,500 dangerous criminals working together with the city. Think about that, 1,500 dangerous criminals off the streets. How many lives did President Trump save? How many people are alive today because of him? Think about that.
They just got 2 more. I mean, Janine Pirro today talking about the 2 17-year-olds that shot the congressional intern, killed that poor kid. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's a good nab, and these are the people that have to get off the streets. I want to finish off here. I want to talk about this TDA cartel boat that you guys blew out of the water this week, which I just think is an incredible deterrent to a problem like this. You've got a drug coming in here that's killing 100,000 people a year at some point. That's like 39 9/11s every single year. And yet we have people complaining, one calling it murder on the high seas, that it wasn't right to do this, that we should have stopped in an interdiction, brushing it off like it's some kind of stat that's just a baked-in line item to our society. Talk about that, and talk about the decision that it sounds like Trump made the call to just blow it up.
So the United States, for years, has killed terrorists all over the world, right?
Yeah.
Terrorists in Somalia, terrorists in the Middle East, terrorists all over the planet. But the terrorists who have killed the most Americans by far, by orders of magnitude, by hundreds of thousands, are the cartel terrorists operating in the Western Hemisphere. But for years, those terrorists were off limits. So we sent our military to Africa, to Asia, to the Middle East, while these narco-terrorist organizations in our hemisphere carried out plots of murder, plots of assassination, and drug trafficking all throughout the hemisphere and all throughout our country with total impunity. They've poisoned our kids. They have ruined our cities. They are the ones that are responsible for all of this violence, even in D.C. The gangs here in D.C., who do you think they're working with? Who do you think is supplying them? It's these narco-terrorist organizations. They control territory throughout the hemisphere. They smuggle contraband into the United States. They smuggle weapons into the United States. They carry out targeted assassinations against their enemies. And they kill countless Americans. Train de Aragua, for example, they're the ones that murdered little Jocelyn Ungary. Remember her? That precious, beautiful 12-year-old girl? It was Train de Aragua, the terrorists from Maduro's regime, the Maduro cartel, that kidnapped her, that brutalized her, that sexually assaulted her, that threw her body into a river. That's Train de Aragua. These are foreign terrorists. They've been designated as such, and the president will use whatever authorities he needs to keep America safe.
Got 10 seconds left. It's true, though, that it was going to be a simple interdiction, and Trump just said, "Now blow it up." That true?
As the Department of Defense said, well, again, from my earlier point, President Trump has been clear that we are going to do whatever it takes to keep America safe. And as the Department of Defense has said clearly, these operations are carried out at the direction of the commander-in-chief. But this is a bigger thing. This is about the defense of America. It's not just one ship. It's the defense of America from narco-terrorist organizations. It was a historic watershed event, but the bigger historic watershed is the final change in policy that allows the U.S. military to defend the United States homeland.
Exactly. I loved it. We should keep doing it. It's the only way we're going to stop that stuff from coming into this country and killing all these people. Steve Miller at the White House, thanks so much. We appreciate it. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.